Good evening, everyone, and welcome to George Simonian Alumni Stadium on the campus of Chelmsford High School, where tonight the 3-3 Chelmsford Lions are getting set to do battle with the 5-1 Scarlet Knights of North Andover in a game that has all kinds of playoff implications as well as league implications. The Lions are still in it. They need some help from, believe it or not, Bill Ricker, but they're still in it. A football team tonight that their opponent is lightning fast, and the speed will be a challenge for Chelmsford.
Absolutely, Bruce. They have to match up pretty well, and I'm not sure if they can do that. North Andover's got some real skilled athletes, good quarterback, second year starting, just a junior, and they have some skilled players that are really good.
By the way, Bruce Byam, Howie Neal, and welcome back to Rob Russo. Rob had the prediction last week of 41-21 Tewksbury, so nice going, Rob. You hit it right on the head.
Yeah.
Rob, defense will be challenged, as Howie just said, and the Lions have to find a way to score some points.
Absolutely. What's going to have to happen is Chelmsford has to control the ball. They have to keep the ball away from North Andover's offense. Because to read that sort of thing, you should see some good play from our linebackers. But you can't let the receivers behind the defensive backs. You really don't want them to have the
who's having a all-conference season. And finally, receivers coach Lenny Rapone. We're going to give our predictions because we're real close.
I am for Chelmsford as well because they're going to do all those things I just said. 24-21 Chelmsford.
And I like Chelmsford 20-14. Let's hope we're all right. This is a big game for the Lions. We'll be with you with the kids. The kicker, Chelmsford Lions. Kevin, congratulations on your season so far. You've had an excellent extra point performance, and you've also kicked 3 field goals. You must have worked hard in the off season.
Yeah, I did put in some work in the summer. I went to the field, worked out like every other day, and yeah, it was going good.
Kevin, the strength of your leg is impressive. I think you're 14 for 15 extra point wise. It's almost automatic.
Yeah, it's been going good. Like I tried to Hooten, offensive line, Sal snapping, and yeah, we all put it together.
Big game for the Lions. Can really move up in the standings if you win this one.
Yeah, it'll be a big game. We got all 3 phases of the game. Got to go good and get the win.
I think the Lions are going to win it by a field goal, Kevin. For CHS TV, Bruce Byam, Kevin Hennessy. For CHS TV, Bruce Byam, and very, very happy to have with me Coach Len Rapone, the offensive receiver coach, and in my opinion, the best special coach in the Merrimack Valley. Len, you've been with the Chelmsford Lions for a long time, and your kids perform year after year. Don't give me "I have great people" thing. How does it happen?
Well, I know you said not to, but I do get lucky. I have some phenomenal athletes that want to play the position of receiver. In the new offense we have, it's just a great offense to play receiver in. And, you know, having the years of experience to fall back on now, I've learned some techniques and some things that I can pass on to the kids. And it is great to see when it actually transpires onto the field. So I've been very lucky and fortunate. And so I'm glad that it's showing up for the kids because they're the ones that get the real benefit.
Wow, that's terrific, and you do, seriously, do an excellent job with them. They love you, and they work really hard for you. Len, it's a pleasure to talk with you always. Personal friend, I'm going to get that right out there. And
I appreciate all your support as well.
Thank you. For CHS TV, Len Rapone, Bruce Byam. For CHS TV, Bruce Byam, very happy to have with me this afternoon Musab Wahid, defensive back, Chelmsford Lions, kick returner, Chelmsford Lions. Which is more fun?
They're both really fun, but I started off with kick return last year as a junior, and I got a few reps in our first playoff game, and I really loved it. And I love doing it as a JV player, and I just loved it since then.
Well, I want to wish you a lot of luck, but not only against North Andover, but in the future, in your college career. You've been a real positive for Chelmsford High School, and I know you're going to pick one off on Friday night and maybe take it all the way back.
Hopefully. I would love that.
For CHS TV, Bruce Byam, Masad Wahid.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy. And giving up, impossible.
And then we're going to turn.
That was Palermo that made the recovery.
Yeah, nice job by Aaron to get down there and make the recovery after it traveled 10 yards.
Coach Kaiser said during the week that he did not want to kick it to the speed of North Andover, and he showed right there why, the reason, and Lions are on top of it. They start at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Senior Matt Hooten, the quarterback. He puts Lapoli in motion. They fake it to Lapoli. They toss it, and fumble by the Lions, and they're going to give it right back.
All right. It was a poor pitch by Tim, and hard to handle, and North Andover closed quickly and picked up the loose ball.
Mike Vecchione was the intended pitch man, and he couldn't corral it. He was hit hard. So North Andover gets the ball right back, and they're going to get it at the 48-yard line, where they will start 1st and 10 with an electric offense led by their junior quarterback, Jake McElroy.
That's just such a shame, though, with that onside kick recovery and
right
in North Andover territory.
They pitch it. This is Watson on the outside. Watson is corralled, and no gain on the play. The Lions, great pursuit. Christian Finn was one of the Lions out there on the edge.
Nice job setting the edge there by Christian, as well as, where is it? Number 34, was it Hamilton? Dave Hamilton, right.
Okay, 2nd and 12, 2nd and 11. Lost a yard on the play.
2nd and 8.
McElroy hands it, keeps it himself. He has the corner, has the edge, and he has 1st down to the 40-yard line. McElroy, a good quarterback, excellent player last year, and he's picked right up again. That was McCarthy on the stop to the Lions, but not until
Mike Berry, number 25, to assist.
Yeah, it was Mike Berry, Howie. I had the wrong number myself, and it was Mike Berry. All right, 1st and 10, North Andover. They have the ball at the 40-yard line.
North Andover showing those flashes of speed right away.
Again, Watson in motion.
Pass.
And he sets up to fire it. He has a receiver running wide open. He ran past him.
D'Souza. Gabe D'Souza, number 3.
D'Souza overthrown, but that's the worry that I think all three of us have, is that North Andover can go deep on the Lions, and they can be, the secondary can get outrun.
Very quick strike offense in front of us.
They beat Tewksbury very badly, 35-13, and you know what happened last week, Tewksbury against the Lions. So this is a fine football team. Their record is 5-1. Only loss was to Billerica. Handoff, Watson. And short gain. It's going to be 3rd and long now for Tewksbury. I think one of the keys to this game, guys, is whether the Lions can get the offense off the field in these 3rd and long situations.
Exactly.
It'd definitely be one of the keys. And in the pregame, we talked about limiting the time that North Andover's offense has the ball.
I think North Andover treats this as a 4-down territory.
I totally agree.
You may see play action right here with Conley.
It's 3rd and 7 at the 37-yard line. McElroy sets up. Bungard was held. No call. Running out of time, and receiver catches it. A nice catch. That's D'Souza coming across the middle. he had too long to throw the ball, and eventually those speed guys are going to get open.
Ball's on the 15.
That was actually well defended by Musab.
Yep.
Just a good throw and catch.
Yeah, just as Bruce said, there's too much time for McElroy.
That's a 21-yard pitch and catch. Takes the ball down to the 15-yard line.
Trap.
Inside handoff. This is Watson. And he is cornered out there. Nice job on the edge again.
Yes, Christian Finn does a nice job.
Finn has been an outstanding defensive player for the Lions this year. Could be, in my opinion, along with Lapoli, the Lions' MVP on defense. That's a gain of about 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7. Ball is at the 13-yard line. McElroy keeps it and gets inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line.
Just to follow me.
Yeah, follow me, quarterback ISO with the lead back, Mike Coles, leading the way. Number 44, the fullback.
He takes it down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be almost the 4-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 2 for the first down. That's the 7-yard line, guys. Correct.
Yep.
7, excuse me.
Too many lines.
You're right. All over the place.
And we're in our obstructed view seats. So.
Watson with a hole and breaks. It fumbles it, but it's blown dead at the 1. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 1. So North Andover has taken the ball 52 yards. They need to go one more to get it into the end zone. Here it is. Watson only needs a sliver, guys, to get through.
It's Gabe D'Souza.
McElroy with the touchdown. So North Andover breaks on top with 6:50 to play in the first quarter. And that was a flawless drive. They did everything right on that drive. They looked sharp, just as advertised.
And in the Lions' defense, the Lions' defense made Andover work, North Andover work for it. It wasn't an easy 52 yards.
The kicker is D'Souza. He is a new addition to the roster, left-footed kicker. He hammers it home. He is a transfer student from, of all places, Everett, Massachusetts, and came to North Andover this year, and outstanding football player. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with their kickoff.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
All right, Bruce Bynum, Howie Neal, Rob Russo, Ronna Berman, Dave Markham from Alumni Stadium in Chelmsford. North Andover has just gone 52 yards on their first possession to score, following a Chelmsford fumble. And D'Souza, the left-footed kicker, kicks it a long way and does again. He does not fall short. This is Vecchione, straight up the middle, makes one cut and gets to about the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, Chelmsford.
Well, that was one of our problems last week was turnovers.
Yeah.
And that started this week the same way.
You know, it's interesting. Not often are we right, but in pregame tonight, I think we were right on target with what we were going to see in this football game. Lapoli in motion. And Hooten keeps it, and he gets buried. Number 6, 53. He is an all-conference lineman.
Andy Carter?
Andy Carter. He is an excellent football player. The coaches were talking about him all week long as to how good he is. He's a big, big guy, right in the middle.
6'6", 245.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Hooten to throw it. Looking out and throws it over. Looking for Lapoli. Too wide. It's 2nd and 10.
Wasn't a terrible throw, though.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Sal was covered.
Yep.
And the ball just a little too far. I mean, you threw it where you had to throw it.
Yep.
He had to get it outside. You're right, Rob. Couldn't let that one sink back inside. The Lions are faced with a 3rd and 10.
Christian Finn checks in for Mike Vecchione in the backfield.
Out the Andover shows blitz. They come out of it. Houghton. I'm sorry.
First down for Lapoli.
First down to Lapoli, right coming over the middle. So first pitch and catch of the night for Matt Houghton.
Well, what they're doing this week, which is different than you've seen in the replay, Sal's playing in the slot, and he actually isn't covered. Linebackers too far inside to cover him, and just hit a nice little seam pass.
Yep.
Ball is at the 37-yard line. First and 10. No, North Andover came through. I don't know if the Lions moved or not. But there was definite contact. It looked as if they jumped.
They did.
They did. It's a 5-yard penalty to the 42-yard line. So the Lions converted 3rd and long, which they really needed to do, and now they're out to the 42-yard line. McCarthy to the top of your screen. This is Lapoli right up the middle with some room to the outside. He makes a cut, jumps over a man, and he gets it to the 35-yard line. Big run by Lapoli. That's a 23-yard pickup for Sal Lapoli.
Nice quick opening hole there. There's a replay.
What you'll see here is a defender that does not want to make contact.
No, he does.
That's Watson.
You got to wrap.
Right.
Yeah.
Got to wrap it up.
He walked right away from that.
Yeah.
And one of the things you want to do against a speedy team is go straight ahead. You can't get corners on speedy teams.
1st and 10 at the 35. They jumped again. This is a free play. Fire it, and it's incomplete, but I think they were offside again. The same guy, too.
So are we counting that as incomplete?
Yeah.
So no play.
1st and 5. First and 5 on the 31.
And 2 penalties have helped. And it's the right side. Come on up. Of the, as we look at it, the right side, your left side. Lapoli in motion.
Trap.
They hand it to Vecchione, and he gets to the 29-yard line. It's going to be a 2nd down and about 2 for the Lions. I think it's important always to respond, but I think the Lions, it's really important that the Lions respond here. Vecchione and Lapoli. Lapoli in the slot again. Vecchione has the ball, but not the Andover has Vecchione.
All right, Joe Rofer.
Rofer is a senior, 6'2", 210, and he did not get fooled. It's now 3rd and 6.
That was a trap that just didn't get there in time. He blew up the trap.
Yeah.
So another 3rd down, maybe 2-down territory. I should say 4-down territory. Beautiful night to play football. We have been blessed with particularly good Friday nights, Saturdays. They've been wonderful days. Houghton tries to run with it and maybe left a little bit early that time. But 4th down now. North Andover has, from a 1st and 5, it is now 4th and 6.
Too much penetration by the defensive line.
And the Lions, of course, are going to go for this at the 32-yard line. They need a 6-yard pickup. Over the middle behind the receiver, who was wide open.
Yeah, intended for Joe Vecchione.
Joe Vec was going to take that one to pay dirt. North Andover has stopped the Lions. They take over at the 32-yard line.
You know, Chelmsford this year consistently has shown that they can move the ball. It's just that they've had trouble consistently finishing.
And we have alluded to it every week. We don't have the game breaker that you really need on long drives. You need a play with a game breaker. Not the end of a second possession of the first quarter. McElroy back to pass, rolls to his right, looks, and throws it out of bounds just at the last second. He was being pursued, I think, by Bungard.
It was Bungard, yeah. Bungard went back down into tackle. I was talking to him today, or yesterday.
Wahid had the position of defending Watson on the far side from us.
Here it is. Take a look.
And, yeah.
Big 76 is coming on. And he does get it out of bounds.
And actually, that's Kyle Sweeney, 76.
Oh, okay. Thank you. McElroy with the ball. Short gain. Wrapped up.
79 on the tackle.
And that would be Bungard on the tackle.
That would be him, yes.
That was Bungard and Slattery, Jack Slattery.
Number 50 for North Andover has some type of a leg injury. That's Semenuk. And he is down on the ground on the sideline talking to the trainer, and he has some type of a lower leg injury. It's third. It's a big play here. 3rd and 7 or 8, North Andover. They roll it right. They look. They toss it long. And it could be,
Watson
boy.
on the end.
Watson almost picked that one.
He did.
Pulled it in for a big gain. Well thrown ball.
What I saw there, too, was kind of dangerous. What should have been a couple of Chelmsford defenders coming forward to force the quarterback to throw, they actually backed off. And he had a clear run to the first down.
That was actually D'Souza, number.
That's 2 right there.
Number 3.
Oh, is that? Oh, that is 2. Well, it was Watson. Yep.
Okay, the kicker is. Let's see if we get the number of the kicker.
It's 3.
Okay, that is
D'Souza.
Again. That's D'Souza, left-footed kicker, and a good high, long kick. Vecchione at the 20. The 30. And take 25, takes it back to the 30. Chelmsford stops North Andover, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Nice job by Mike catching that high ball. That was had some traffic around him, and he was still able to get a 5-yard, 6-yard return.
And he's on the 35.
I noticed that McElroy likes to roll out. He's not a very big guy. He's only about 5'7", 5'8", and for him to throw, he likes to roll to his right. Lions, go ahead.
I'm sorry, that's a really good option for a kid like that with that much speed.
Yep. Toss to the outside. This is Mitchell. Mitchell turns it up the sideline and gets close to first down yardage.
He's running.
And D'Souza on the tackle.
For Mitchell, that is his 10th catch of the season. And they're going to give him a first down, so it's a 10-yard pass. Hooten to Mitchell. The Lions are trying a few different things on offense tonight. And they're getting guys in space with some room to run. Look to the sideline to Coach Kaiser. Toss outside Mitchell again. Comes to the 50-yard line. Picks up about 6. We'll give him a good, strong 4 on the play to the 50.
There's a nice soft corner here covering Peter McCarthy, too. Watson is about 8 yards off the ball.
And here in the replay, it's Chelmsford's way of getting a corner against a speedy team.
Mm-hmm.
Hand up inside. Lapoli drives ahead, running hard.
Just short.
Across the 45-yard line, just about a half a yard short on 3rd down. Sal is off to a good start tonight. 3rd and 1 for the Lions. I think Watson's soft corner is he's relying on his speed, maybe.
Yeah.
Lapoli, first down.
Yep. Good positive movement.
Yes, it was. 56 is Bill Reed on the stop for North Andover. So it's 1st and 10 for the Lions. They're moving the football in the second time in this quarter.
Quarter's about to run out.
See, with Chelmsford having a extra slot receiver, you're trying to get that inside linebacker to move out, and he split the difference right now. So when he doesn't move out far enough, you throw it. When he moves out far enough, you can run in the middle.
Oh!
Hooten covers it, I believe. Yes. He fumbled it. It was an exchange problem, and
that cost him about 6 yards.
That's going to end the first quarter, and that was that's about 6-7 yard loss on the play back to the 48-yard line, and that will end quarter number one, pretty quickly moving quarter number one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End of first quarter.
And as always, Mike O'Keefe right on the target with that.
Well, we talked about it. Chelmsford has to limit their mistakes.
Yep. We're going to take a break. We'll talk about that when we come back. Stay with us.
48.
So, Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow. I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money going to come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
El mensaje de texto típico te distrae del camino por casi 5 segundos. A velocidad de carretera, recorrerías un campo de fútbol americano. Evita textear, evita chocar.
Everyone to Simonian Stadium. The Lions against North Andover. 7-0 North Andover. Bruce Beim, Howie Neal, Rob Russo, Ronna Berman, and Dave Markham. Handoff Lapoli. He gets nothing. Stood up. Number 9 on the tackle for, that's Ryan Slattery, a cousin of Jack Slattery of Chelmsford.
Just too much defensive penetration in that play.
Yeah.
The Lions' offensive line really needs to have a football game. And so far, to be honest, I don't think they've had too many. Hooten, long yardage, screen. Lapoli has it, has space. Gets not to the first down mark.
No, it's going to be short, maybe a yard and a half.
That's a first down.
Oh, it is. Where are they marking it?
That's
it
a
is
first down.
Yeah. That's a big pickup.
That was a great play.
That was a
nice
great
screen.
call.
Nice screen call.
Well executed screen.
He took that one down to the 32. That's an 18-yard pickup for Lapoli. First and 10 Chelmsford, they climb out of a huge crater. They show blitz, they contacted. There should be a flag. And they're looking for Caruso, and it's incomplete. No flag down there. And I don't see a flag at the line of scrimmage either.
No flag.
Boy, if we have a replay on that, I thought for sure there was contact here.
I think Matt hit it
there
as
it
well.
Is.
No, he just pointed. There wasn't contact.
But his hand, he's offside, though. Look where his hand is.
He might be offside. But
yeah.
There was no contact.
No contact, but he's offside. All right, you don't call that, so it is a second and 10 for the Lions. Now it's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Lions.
Yeah. Kyle Sweeney a little anxious to pull and trap.
It is so hard to dig yourself out of negative situations for any level of football, high school, college, professional.
Yeah, you see it every day, every weekend, Friday night, Saturday, or Sunday.
That's absolutely right.
Limit your third downs.
Hand off to Lapoli, straight ahead. gets the 5 yards back, but it's going to be 3rd down and about 10 now for the Lions.
And that's why that's so damaging.
Yeah.
He's at the 32-yard line. Lions probably have 2 downs again to get the 1st down. They're looking for it on 1 down. Toss, looking deep.
Flag.
And we've got a flag. That's got to be holding.
We got to be defensive holding 9. Somehow we're doing.
Looked like he held Slattery, but
yeah.
Let's see what they call. It's a hold one way or the other. First face foul, face mask.
Oh.
Okay.
Basically hands to the face.
Basically hands to the face. Yep.
So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. The Lions are going to get 1st down. They're going to get it at the 22-yard line. Oh, wait a minute. They're at the 32, so they're going to go to the 17-yard line.
You've been doing your math work over
I've
the week.
been trying hard.
Yeah. It's almost as if you were a math teacher at one time.
Many years ago, guys. There is Coach John Dubinsky of North Andover, their head coach. Well, one thing Chelmsford has done, they've possessed the ball time for most of the first half, a good portion of it anyway.
Well, that was one of our
things
that we mentioned, one of the keys. Vecchione through.
Nice move, the sophomore running back, positive yardage.
He's going to hit that hole a little harder.
He's got to hit it harder.
A couple of players still on the field, and now they're up.
Ball in the just inside or outside the 20, 15.
15, yeah. Picked up maybe a couple on that play.
Okay, I got one. And what line do you think they're on?
What running backs have to do in this type of offense is when they get the ball, they have to expect to break an arm tackle.
Correct. They have to get to that point.
Yep.
And decide one cut or the other and go.
Looking to throw it. Hooten keeps it, has good yardage, and he's down to about the 10-yard line.
He's inside, I'd say the 9-yard line.
Good positive pickup.
Both inside the 10.
Both inside.
You're pretty good with math yourself.
Well done, Rob.
It's 3rd and about 2 now for the Lions.
Because what everybody has to understand is we actually have an obstructed view.
Yes, we do.
So we barely see half of the play that's going on without looking at the TV.
Yep.
We have a timeout. Looks like Chelmsford took a timeout.
Lions timeout here. And
Coach Kaiser probably saying, listen, you know what, got to put it in.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, our colleague is just teasing the timekeeper.
Chelmsford has the ball.
We were giving Coach O'Keefe, the timekeeper, a little heads up to let us know if they score because of our obstructed view. Well, Coach Kaiser, here we are with 3rd and 2. Some type of power play, I think, with I'm going to say with Matt Hooten carrying the ball and have a lead blocker, a little ISO.
All right, it's 8:07, 3rd down and 2. This is where the Lions have struggled a little bit this year because they have to come back into the pistol, so that sets them back 6 or 7 yards from the line of scrimmage. Lapoli in motion, pitches to Lapoli. He spins, he ducks, and he fights for the end zone, and he's
short. About the 1-yard line.
I thought for sure he was in. He's at the 1-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 1.
First down.
Did that a first down?
First down. They had 3rd and 2.
That is a first down. 1st and goal at the 1.
Chelmsford needs to exploit the fact that North Andover's middle linebacker is blitzing just about every play.
Comes another blitz.
Vecchione wide.
We got a hold.
Turn it up and
block in the back.
But we're not going to count that one.
All right, we got a hold or a block in the back on the corner by our offense.
So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and goal from the 11-yard line. Let's see if we can get a picture of the corner here at the end where that took place. That's too bad. Here it is.
Again, the middle linebacker is in almost untouched. You'll see someone on the right side of your screen come in. Maybe you just missed that, but that's where the flag was.
Yep.
There's the flag coming in.
Yeah,
probably a crackback.
Watch it right here.
It's that player
there
that's
it
on
is.
the
There's
ground.
the player just now. And it was a correct call. It's 2nd and goal at the 11.
Actually, 1st and goal, because that was
first and goal.
1st and goal at the 11. This would be an opportunity that cannot go wasted.
I think at some point Chelmsford has to exploit that middle linebacker vacating, maybe with a slot coming across the middle.
Hooten looks, fires, and whoa, that was close. Looking for Lapoli, but incomplete. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 12-yard line.
Christian on a drag across the middle from a tight end position. Lapoli from his slot position coming across, as you pointed out, Rob.
Correct.
That almost got intercepted. Lions got up right there. You can see almost picked off.
And I think McCarthy was open.
2nd and goal, 12-yard line.
North Andover's in a cover 3, so there's got to be some seams open somewhere.
Lapoli outside.
Outside, 10, 5.
He's in.
Touchdown. That's a touchdown, a 12-yard touchdown run by Sal Lapoli. And for Sal, that is his 12th touchdown of the season to lead the Lions. In fact, lead Division 1A when scoring touchdowns. What a nice drive, guys, that was.
Nice drive there, yes. Here's the replay.
That was
inside handoff.
And the Coach O'Keefe just confirmed it was in fact a touchdown.
Yeah, we listened to the band. When the band played the fight song, we thought they might have scored. Hennessy on to add the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is
good.
The score is tied. Kevin Hennessy has just kicked his 15th extra point of the season, 15 for 16. We're going to take a break.
My new mom and I have a lot in common. The great outside. We both love the outdoors. So shiny. That's not a flower. We both love geology. Oh, look. An igneous one. That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife. A labradoodle. That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Check out Sal Lapoli here on a 12-yard touchdown run. He makes a nice cut to the outside.
Yeah, he bounced.
And avoids a tackle.
Yeah, Jack Slattery was pulling and trapping inside, but Sal saw it was all clogged, so he bounced it to the outside.
Fought off the tackle attempt of number 19, Jack Walsh, and he took it into the end zone for his 12th touchdown of the season.
Again, North End was getting some penetration and clogging up some of the inside running lanes.
Hennessy will not kip this. He will squib it. And
touched.
It's touched, and it will be out of bounds at the 32-yard line. So North End will start at the 32, 1st and 10. Coach Kaiser doesn't want to kick it to the two speedsters, and I agree with him. This game last year, guys, we remember, took 2 days to play. We stopped at halftime in an absolute monsoon thunderstorm, went back down on Saturday afternoon, and the Lions came away with a 14-12 victory.
Yep.
That was some of the scariest lightning I've seen.
That was
absolutely
right. That was not fun.
I remember distinctly there were kids in the field, and lightning was
dancing
just all around.
Yeah, there was someone out there.
That even scared Mr. Simonian, and he's seen a couple of thunderstorms in his career.
He was around when they invented lightning.
Electricity.
He provided the key, didn't he, to Franklin?
McElroy fires it up the sideline, and Watson.
He was out of bounds.
He was out of bounds. Yes,
and he was out of bounds.
Yep.
That was well covered. That was a follow me. That was a post trail.
Yep. And nice coverage by the referee to call that out of bounds.
Yes, it was. He was right on top of it.
I could have a second calling.
Yes. Mr. Russo's eyes were right on top of that one.
Yeah.
As we said in the pregame show, the Lions can win this game tonight, get some help from Bill Ricca, and we could have a Thanksgiving Day game that once again means something. Let's hope those two scenarios hold force. Handoff, Watson met at the line of scrimmage. The Lions are gang tackling. There's about seven Lions. Lapoli. Hamilton, right. Just you name them. Finn.
Bungard. Yep.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
All right, 3rd and 10. McElroy's been rolling out, sprinting out, so we've got to set the edge, contain him, force him to throw. Let's have a secondary knock down a pass or intercept. D'Souza to the North Andover side of the field, number 3.
Lions show blitz. They come. It's an inside hit, quick hit, and that is D'Souza. And he takes it across the 45 to the 47-yard line. First down, 15-yard pickup.
Just a basic slant in.
Yep.
It is hard to defend that.
Very hard. Here it is.
No, that I know. I thought I saw.
He is a fine athlete.
Yep.
But yet he had difficulty getting on the field at Everett.
All right, I'll give it to both of them. And where are they now?
Watson split out to the bottom of the screen.
Rolling left this time is McElroy. Stops, he's rushed, he'll throw it out of bounds.
Intercept? Oh, threw it out.
Yeah, he's smart enough to get rid of it. 2nd and 10.
He had given up about 20 yards before he threw that away.
Boy, did he ever.
Yep.
I have to say.
Hopefully the Lions, they keep being aggressive on defense. They can maybe frustrate North Andover a little bit, especially their receivers. They're used to being able to get just about anything they want.
Lions doing a good job penetration, making McElroy scramble a little bit. And that time they did set the edge so that he couldn't get outside. He had to retreat, ended up throwing the ball away.
Watson is to the top of your screen. Look back, looking for the slant. He's rushed out of the pocket. He has plenty of room. And, that could have been a clip right there. Whoa, now we've got a flag.
Yeah,
Celebration penalty.
No, it's not.
And the Lions whacked him.
It's on Jack Slattery.
Yes,
it was
it
kind of.
He was.
That was a cheap shot on Lapoli. They didn't call it.
Right.
Jack kind of just walked into the kid, and the kid took the flop.
D'Souza really instigated that, and Slattery, the Chelmsford coaches are ripped.
Here's the replay.
Yeah. See if we can
watch
see
what happens now. Sal gets hammered on the sideline.
Right there.
There's Sal getting hit, and now D'Souza will jump up and celebrate, and that's when Slattery hit him.
He was chirping at Musab.
Yep.
And Slattery just kind of stepped in and was telling him to go back to his huddle.
Exactly.
And his chest bumped him.
Okay, to the 26-yard line after that unsportsmanlike penalty against the Lions. And North Andover is in business with 5:40 to play in quarter number 2.
Now's the time for a turnover.
I was just going to say, this is the time for some type of turnover.
Fires inside. It's a touchdown.
Number 9 on the reception, Ryan Slattery, the cousin of Jack Slattery.
Takes it in for a 26-yard touchdown from Jake McElroy, and the North Andover Scarlet Knights have responded with a touchdown.
Just a seam pass.
Yep. And again, they have 3 guys that are burners. This is D'Souza to add the extra point. The ball is down, the kick is up, and the kick is perfect, and it's 14-7 North Andover. A nice drive by the Scarlet Knights.
Aided by
a big penalty. Yep.
Which, I'm never, I'm not a fan of things like that, but I think that wasn't controlled very well by the referees in the field.
No, it wasn't.
We will take a break and be back with the kickoff.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
I wouldn't use this one.
He helps me with my decision making.
Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
D'Souza has just kicked it off to the Lions, Mossab Wahid, and he takes it back to the 27-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10, Chelmsford.
Yeah, nice return by Wahid.
Yes, and he kicks, he being D'Souza, kicks the ball very, very well. 27-yard line, 1st and 10. We're hoping in the booth that the Lions can have a 5-minute
timeout
drive and a timeout taken here by
Not the
someone.
Andover.
Not the Andover. That was an interesting timeout right there. Not the Andover huddled around their defensive coach, and I'm sorry I don't have his name.
Lipoli has 76 yards offense, combining the two, receiving and rushing.
It's interesting that not the Andover guys has 3 athletes who probably are quicker than almost anybody on the Chelmsford team. Maybe Mossab is as quick as they are. But
they may be quicker than anybody we've seen on either team so far this season.
Correct.
Yep. They remind me a little bit of Lowell in terms of their overall team speed. Okay, we're ready to go again. Bruce Byam, Howie Neal, Rob Russo, Ronna, and Dave. We got our full crew here tonight. It's nice to have everybody back.
Yeah. Okay, Mitchell, Vecchione, and Caruso all split to the North Andover side of the field.
Hooten, quick toss, slant. There's the Chelmsford version of the slant. And a good catch by McCarthy.
McCarthy taken down by number 19, Jack Walsh.
And that's a good pickup on 1st down of 7 yards. First catch of the night for McCarthy. For McCarthy, that is his 33rd catch of the season. Toss outside. I think we've got motion.
North Andover is going to be offsides, I think.
North Andover lined up offside?
I think so.
Let's hope so.
It is.
That was a nice hit by Darren Watson outside.
Yeah.
They kind of hot dog it on a lot of their plays, though.
Yep. Yeah, it was a nice read by Watson.
It was.
But it's football, and it's a violent game, so everybody expects to get hit. So.
Okay, we get a break for a 1st down.
Repeat or 1st down? 1st down.
To the 39-yard line, 1st and 10, Chelmsford.
Oh, it wouldn't normally be a 1st down.
Lipoli drags a couple of guys across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, nice pickup there, 4 yards.
Slattery again, one of the tacklers for North Andover.
3 yards.
Jack told me this week that when they get together as cousins, he said, I hope I'm not on the losing end of that. I'll never hear the end of it. Hooten gives it to Lipoli. Nice cutback. And he stumbles across the 45 to the 48. It's going to be 3rd and about 3.
Looks like the 47.
Just had a quick peek from former athletic director Scott Moreau. Great to see him. He looks terrific, and welcome him back to CHS land. 3rd and 2. Lions taking a lot of time, though. to get these plays off.
Part of the plan. Keep the ball in our
that's
hands.
true. Lapoli, bulldozing.
Just
should be first down.
Should be first down, I think.
Right where the ball is, yep.
Sal is going to have the first down, so the Lions will get a new set of downs. 1st and 10.
We have a North Andover play down.
And he's up.
Looks like a right shoulder problem.
Yeah, it's number 65. That happens to be Sean Percival. He is a senior. But he doesn't appear to be shaken up too badly. That's good news.
I guess he's got a stinger. He's got what we call a stinger.
Yep.
Right under that shoulder pad in the shoulder area.
Yeah, sort of, it tied him onto your funny bone. Except it's not real funny.
Not for the player, that's for sure.
Right.
1st and 10, Chelmsford.
My guess is we're going right.
We're going straight.
Straight.
And short. Whoa! Vecchione almost
just could
got
not get
out.
away.
Yep.
Eventually taken down by Joe Rofer.
Yeah.
But Joe Veck almost, Mike Veck almost got away.
Yeah.
Gain of a yard. Here it is. They didn't quite wrap him up. He stayed on his feet. And
it was a good thing that kid had hand strength.
I know. The outside looked wide open. Houghton fires, and it's caught. Nice grab
by McCarthy.
And McCarthy gets
First
close
down.
to first down. I think it is a first down, and it is. We're going to get the 2-minute warning here. Here is our replay of McCarthy's catch.
Matt,
good throw.
Yeah, Matt put something on that too. Good throw by Matt.
Jack Walsh, the tackler. That might have been the hardest ball that Matt has thrown all year long. To the 40-yard line, 1st and 10, Chelmsford. Did the Lions take time out here?
No, it was a 2-minute.
But doesn't the clock start immediately after they 2 minute?
Typically, it does.
I thought it should, but it isn't.
First down.
Lapoli in
All right.
motion. They look to him. They fire it deep.
No.
And it's
Intercepted. Double coverage. Intercepted by Souza.
It's intercepted.
To
Souza. He went for it all, and that was a dangerous throw, as Howie said, into double coverage. Here is our replay.
Look on the right side of your screen. You'll see 2 white shirts, 1
Christian
maroon.
Finn was so wide open that time that he would have caught pneumonia.
He was that player with his left hand.
Yes.
Going down the empty seam.
Oh, he had a touchdown. Just didn't see him. But he was wide open. Put the ball at the 10-yard line, and North Andover has, I think, 4 timeouts left. They do, and they have 90 yards to go. Imperative that you stop them here.
I've always been under the belief that quarterbacks have to know the entire pattern of everybody.
Yes.
And not just assume
that
one guy. And you got to read the whole field.
It's a handoff straight ahead. The ball was taken. Is that number 22? That's a new ball carrier if it is.
22. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's
22. Fred Gavin.
Fred Gavin.
Sophomore.
He gains maybe a yard. Lions might think of taking a timeout if they stop him on this play. They almost look as if they're going to be content to go in trailing by 7 points.
Lighting down
there. McElroy hands it to Watson. Has a hole. Watch out. Fumbled it, and they recovered. The guy that makes all the jumping up and down almost created a huge turnover for Chelmsford.
All right.
First down. Here it is.
Just a trap play.
Lapoli the tackle.
And the strip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just bounced the wrong way.
And too bad the Lions couldn't pick it up. 1st and 10. 40 seconds.
Pass.
It's a pass.
Double pass. Be careful. And it's completed to the 50.
To Gavin.
Gavin is the catcher of that pass. At the end of we have a Lion down. That's Mike Beck. Shaken up a little bit. We're already thin in the secondary. Peter McCarthy hobbled off. Peter has had a bad hip all week long.
Timeout, North Andover.
Here is the double pass. Nice catch by Gavin. Lions weren't totally fooled by that, but they fooled enough. Full timeout by North Andover. 30.9 on the clock at the 50-yard line, and they have 3 timeouts left. Now they're not going to sit on the ball.
The referee is trying to correct the clock.
Right.
40 seconds left now. Right on at 40.
So North Andover has plenty of time with their attack.
Mike Vecchione will have a little something to say to his brother Joe. Joe's the one that landed on him and that caused him to get up a little slower. That's as if that's not happened before.
Right? Yeah. Okay, the Lions defense really needs to, Paul Tenaglia's defense really needs to come through here. Mike Bernazzani and Sal Lapoli as well.
Hamilton and Finn set the edge, and Lapoli and Joe Veck keep the inside running game under control. Timeout, Lions.
Good timeout. Jake Coombs is in for Peter McCarthy, and I think, not to pick on Jake, but I think that's maybe where North Andover will go without McCarthy's size in there at the present time. Coaches were worried about how long Peter could actually compete tonight with his injury.
All right, and Jake Coombs is giving away a little height to D'Souza, if that's who he's covering. Or no, he's been covering Watson. Watson at 5'10", and I can't find.
3 timeouts for North Andover. 50 yards to go. The Lions defense will be tested.
Jake Coombs is 5'8", just a couple of inches. Jake can handle that.
He is covering right now.
He's covering 19.
Walsh.
Yeah, he's covering Jack Walsh.
Top of your screen. Straight back. The Lions blitz. It's a deep
intercept.
Pass. Caught and caught. What a circus catch from the outside to the 2-yard line. Wow, take a look at this one on the replay. That was Darren Watson.
Yeah, this was always a pet peeve of mine when I was coaching. They stopped and watched. You should always run to the ball. Those 3 defenders around him just watched him bobble the ball. Got to get to him.
Yeah.
You also have to be deep to start with. You've got to give everything underneath, and you have to defend the goal line. This would be a 90-yard drive. It would be a huge momentum lift for North Andover and deflating for the Lions. And they're at the 2-yard line with plenty of time to go. What can you say? He made an athletic play.
He made an athletic play.
Coach Kaiser in the white shirt. I just was hoping that the Lions were back off the line of scrimmage deeper on that play. North Andover's taking plenty of time here. That was a Lion timeout. And if you ever needed a turnover, here is the time you need it. First and goal. Look for Watson. He has it, and he's in, standing up for the touchdown. 2-yard run, Darren Watson, 90-yard touchdown drive by North Andover. They are on top by a score of 20-7, and that was a huge, huge touchdown for them. set up by just a real circus catch by Watson deep into Chelmsford territory. D'Souza on to kick it. Penalty flag. The kick is good. It'll go against the Lions. And it will be 21-7.
That was 3.
No,
Watson, yeah.
D'Souza's third extra point of the night, if it stands. Unless Andover wants to go for 2, and they do not. Okay, so 24 seconds to go. Lions are trailing by 2 scores.
3 kicked it, kicked good, 3 will kick it.
They have now given up 18 touchdowns this year, and they have scored 19 touchdowns this year.
Further implications too with this playoff system that we were forced to live through. North Andover could be the very first game when the seedings come out, depending on the results of this game.
I think they're in Division 2.
They're in our.
They're in our division.
Yep.
Then it would be a trip down. Unless Lincoln Sudbury loses, Lincoln Sudbury would be number 1 because they're undefeated, and it could be a trip to the suburbs of Lincoln Sudbury.
LS.
Yep. This will probably not be kicked too deep, and it is kicked deep. Got to cover it. Get on the. Okay, it just got across the goal line. Wow. You can't.
I don't think he has any. Musab has no idea that that's live.
No clue that that's a live ball.
Boy, it just went past him, so he watched it.
Yeah.
Okay, the Lions now will get the ball to start the second half. We will have a Chelmsford High School musical performance at halftime. The musicians are outstanding. This is parent night. I'm sure they'll put on a senior night. I'm sure they will put on a great show. And they take a knee. And that will be it for the first half.
Yeah.
The Lions trail 21-7. We'll be back after the Chelmsford High School marching band. And I hope you enjoy the halftime performance.
All right, needless to say, the Lions need to come out and score. First possession.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I am.
Give it to him hard.
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh,
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning.
North Andover has just kicked off to start the second half. The Lions returned it. Mosaba, he took it back to the 22-yard line.
Gave up the return too quick.
And they will start first and 10. There's a penalty on the play.
Something.
Let's see what it is. Are they going to kick it again?
Re-kick? Yes.
Yeah. Maybe offside. I didn't see the signal, but they are lining up to kick it again. So we didn't miss the second half kickoff.
No, we did. We get a do-over.
And
Masab gets a do-over.
Good momentum, but he took it to the outside where there was nobody but white shirts. D'Souza has it teed up again, 5 yards further back. Not a problem for his leg, though. Can boom it. Bruce Bam, Howie Neal, Rob Russo, Rana, Berman, David, Markham, and George Simonian. Happy to be here. Big high kick. This is Mossab again. And runs right into a not the Andover ball.
Right on the 20, 25.
Yeah, so he gained maybe 3 yards. Maybe the penalty yardage is what he gained.
I think so. Exactly.
Yep. Tackle was by Chikuri Agura. Number 5, first and 10, Chelmsford, just underway in the third quarter. Lions are in their conventional set with Lipoli, the tailback. Had a good first half, had about 90 yards all-purpose offense in the first half, running and catching. And it's Lipoli, avoids one tackler, but gets literally nothing on the play. Offensive line does not seem to get too many holes in front of the ball carriers.
No, they were.
Here it is again.
A work in progress. They're up, locking up high, and they're not getting any movement.
Toss to the outside is completed. I think that's Vecchione out there. Yes, it is. Joe Vecchione pulls it in.
First tackler is Jack Walsh, number 19.
That's a gain of about 5.5 yards. Vecchione hauls in his 9th catch of the season. Second and on, we'll call it 6 now. They move it back a yard.
3rd and 6.
And it is, I said second, I believe. I apologize. It is obviously 3rd and 6. Hooten fires, and she was held. Oh,
they called it. There's a flag. It was called.
That was a pretty pass by Hooten, too.
Yeah, that was. Peter McCarthy was breaking open, and number 19, Jack Walsh, just reached out and grabbed him. I think you'll see it.
So I'm not even gonna
Everybody in the world saw that one. And that's going to put the Lions in business at where were they started from the 29. This is going to be a 15-yard penalty, so about the 44-yard line. This is not like the NFL. You don't get it to the spot. It's a 15-yard penalty. Okay, it's good to see McCarthy back on the field again following that first half little stinger on the hip. First and 10, Chelmsford. Play they needed. Long way to go in this football game if they could score here. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. That's Lipoli, Vecchione, and Caruso. Hooten steps up, rolls, fires, and incomplete.
He was going to be out of bounds anyway.
Yeah, that was not going to be a good catch.
No.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10. I don't think the Lions can totally go away from the run here in the second half, to start the second half.
No reason to.
No, they're still in the game.
Yeah.
Don't have to panic. Just go down the field. 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line. Outside is Lipoli, and knocked out of bounds.
About a yard.
Front of the Lion bench. That's maybe we're generous.
We're generous. I'm generous with that, too.
No, you're right. Good eyes, right on target.
It's tough to get outside. I mean, Andover's such a quick team. That's why those bubble passes work so well, because you've already got the corner and you get north and south right away.
Exactly.
Big third down call here, 3rd and 9. Again, 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Hooten sets up, fires, looking deep. And McCarthy again is looking for a flag.
For a hold again.
Not going to get it. And it did look like he was dragged. It's going to be 4th down and a punting situation for Chelmsford. North Andover's wins this year have come against Haverhill, Lawrence, Woburn, Tewksbury, and one of them escapes me. Drake. That was their other win. Their lone loss was to Bill Ricker. Chris Bungard.
First punt for Chris tonight.
First punt of the night. Good snap by Lipoli.
Good kick.
Line drive kick. Good kick. And letting it hit the turf. Gets a pretty good Chelmsford bounce. And it's going to roll dead at about the 16, 15-yard line.
I'm going to say 12.
You could be right.
Again, it's the obstructed view portion of the field, so anybody's guess.
Let's
it
see
is
what,
inside the 15.
Let's see what Coach O'Keefe puts up there for a guess, his guess.
Yeah, from the expensive seats?
Yeah, from the club seats.
1st and 10, North Andover. I don't think the distance scares them because they went 90 yards in less than a minute.
Coach O'Keefe's undecided. He's still got it on the 45. So I guess we'll say it's on the 12.
We're going to call it the 12.
Yeah, I see on TV it's about the 12 on our monitor.
And we're going to watch it on TV because we can't see out of the post here.
Drop
McElroy with the ball. Across the 20 to the outside, across the 30, and out of bounds. Nicely done. McElroy is a threat with the feet, and he just took it down the field. He's gonna. Maybe Mike was anticipating he'd get to the 45.
Yeah, maybe.
He got to the 39. That's a pickup of
34.
34-yard line. Excuse me.
22 yards.
And 23 yards on the carry.
Yeah, a safe call from North Andover staff.
Yes. Just looking at the posture of the Lions, they look down right now.
Yeah,
they need some kind of a turnover for them. Sweep and good tackle on the outside.
Yeah,
beautifully played by Christian.
Christian Finn, excellent play there.
Shed the block, make the tackle.
Continues to be an outstanding defensive performer. Gain of maybe a yard at the 35, 2nd and 9. McElroy rolls it left, pursued, and
had a chance to pick it.
No, it's caught across the 50.
No, it's dropped.
No, incomplete.
Dropped. Okay.
It was touched by 4 different players.
Yep.
Here's the replay.
You'll see a couple of the Lions right there.
Oh boy, you're right, Rob.
Joe Vecchione.
That was dancing around, tantalizingly dancing around. 3rd and 9. That's one of the few times that McElroy took a chance. Watson is at the top of the screen, and a timeout is taken by North Andover.
No, I think it was the Lions. I think Sal called the timeout.
Timeout by Chelmsford. The Lions did take the timeout.
Yeah, they were a little confused in the formations. Gavin was lined up in a tight slot to the North Andover bench, and Chris Bungard was wondering about coverage because he had his hands out looking for the defensive call.
David Hamilton into the football game for the Lions.
Taking Jake Coombs' place on this play.
David is a junior. McElroy has had a very clean game tonight from the pocket and rolling out. The Lions have not been able to get to him.
Okay, here's the same formation again. Finn is on Gavin, a slot.
Back to pass, fires long.
Fade to D'Souza.
And he has it, and he took it to the ground. Great catch by D'Souza. Takes it to the 34-yard line. And beautifully thrown ball. Yep. That was only one guy was going to catch that pass. And he has great hands. He's having a huge night tonight. Is
D'Souza.
Both D'Souza and Watson.
Yeah.
Nice to have that as a bailout, isn't it, when you have 3rd and 9.
Watson has 120.
McElroy rolls to the right. We have a flag for holding. And incomplete. I think this is going to be holding.
Yeah.
Coach Dubinsky is irate on the sideline.
Yeah.
I was calling holding on a Chelmsford defender.
No, it was a offensive tackle.
It was right in the middle.
Yeah, he missed the Chelmsford defender holding D'Souza. Or Watson.
Good.
It had to be Watson, because D'Souza was.
It was Watson,
on the flat here.
That's Coach Dubinsky in the black, patrolling the sidelines for North Andover. It's a 10-yard penalty. Going to take the ball back to the 44-yard line where it will be 1st and 20. Is this the quietest you've ever seen your stadium? There is no emotion. There is no noise. This is just, you wouldn't know there was a football game going on if you weren't watching.
Yes, keep an eye on D'Souza here. There's definite mismatch.
Completed again.
Yeah, Slattery. Remember, Ryan Slattery was one-on-one with Christian Finn. Christian was covering, but it wasn't it was a good throw by McElroy.
20-yard pickup to the 24-yard line. It will be 2nd and 4. 2nd and 2. They're going to maybe even measure this. They are. They're going to measure to see if it's a first down, and it very well could be.
Looks like it.
Yep, I think it is. Haven't seen too many measurements this year. With these new turf fields, you don't see as many. Last week in Tewksbury, you couldn't see the side, you couldn't see the lines. So, first down. So, just as quick as that. How many, Ronna, can you tell me how many North Andover players have caught passes tonight?
Yes. 4 of them.
4 different receivers?
Yep.
And each of them adding up nice totals. And McElroy, possibly, if we could get his passing statistics.
Yes.
He's back to pass again. He's rushed out of the pocket. Down the sideline, gets out of bounds. Pursued on the play by the Lions, Chris Bungard.
Yeah, and Joe Veck was in on that as well. just as McElroy ran out of bounds, Joe pulled up very smartly, no late hits.
And it's a pickup of 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5, and we have a whistle for...
I believe we have a timeout.
They want somebody off the field for something.
Equipment
problem.
He's got some blood, I think, on an elbow.
That's Bungard. He's going to have to go see Katie Shagnon, the trainer.
The way the referee was indicating the arm.
McElroy is 3 for 8 for 63 yards.
And replacing him is Brendan Corcoran, number 77.
He might be on this drive.
That's
72, sorry.
Yeah, that's Jake
Ferreira.
Okay, 2nd and 4.
It's giving D'Souza more than I didn't change.
Watson's double covered. Single coverage to the North Andover side.
Here comes Finn on the pitch. Took him down. He went right over the blocker, who was Mike Coles, and Christian Finn again just having a dynamite game.
Here's the replay.
Nice corner blitz coming in from the your right. There he is, 32. Avoids the block. It still makes the tackle. It doesn't avoid the block.
No.
Still makes
just
the
got
tackle.
his legs taken off.
He just made the play.
Yeah.
3rd and 12. Fake, pass, open, caught, and cruising into the end zone for a 26-yard touchdown pass.
Much too easy.
Boy, that was just a pitch and catch to Gabe D'Souza.
Yeah.
And 26-yard touchdown. North Andover has really broken this game open now. 27-7. D'Souza will attempt to add the extra point. And the Lions have faced a real good opponent tonight. And this is what the playoffs are going to bring. D'Souza's kick is 4 for 4, 28-7 with 5:35 to play in the 3rd quarter. And North Andover is rolling. We'll take a break and see if they keep rolling.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you.
She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go. Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Dane!
Welcome back, everyone. The Lions are about to receive the kickoff from Gabe D'Souza. North Andover has just scored on an 88-yard touchdown drive. The last pass was from McElroy to D'Souza, and he kicks it off. High kick. Wahib has the football, and he kind of dances and doesn't really accelerate to the opposition at the 20-yard line, where he's taken down, and the Lions will start at 1st and 10.
Well,
there's 7 games into the season, guys. This is not maybe the worst performance of the season for the Lions tonight.
No,
Option Lapoli gets a block, turns a corner, taken down at the 29-yard line. Inbounds.
Good block by Caruso out there.
Excellent block.
Yeah.
Well-executed play that time. Pickup of 9 on the play.
The thing we're watching, it's the 7th game, but we're still making lack of confidence mistakes. I mean, they've played well. They have played well this season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with second year in this new offensive system, defense is a little bit the same, but you know they're a lot better than they were last year. But they're still making those inconsistent mistakes.
Napoli short yardage doesn't get much. No first down there. It's going to be third and about the same, about a yard. Lions in desperate need here of picking up a first down just to keep the defense off the field. They're tossing it, completing it. Foley drops it, incomplete. And Sal is shaken up on the play a little bit, but he bounces right up. It's going to be fourth and a couple. The Lions go for this?
No.
I think they're going to. I'm not sure I have the confidence in it, but I thought maybe throwing that was kind of risky, I think.
Yeah.
We'll see. Who am I to make judgments? Oh, thought that might have been offside.
They were supposed to snap the ball.
And now they're going to call a timeout.
They were just trying to draw him offside. They threw him offside.
They did.
And they didn't snap the ball.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what they were trying to do. It accomplished it, and the ball. That's what you're talking about, Rob, just a minute ago about the little things that are hurting.
The little things, right?
Now the coaches give them a plan, and it wasn't executed. Now will they kick it?
Yes.
I think they will too.
Hope for maybe a fumble.
Right. Because you know that this young man is probably not going to want to fair catch it.
No, he does. Good kick.
Nice kick.
He's letting it go.
He's going to let it go. Takes a big bounce. I don't think they care where they get the football.
Nope.
They have confidence that they're going to score.
Right.
One guy made a nice punt there.
Yeah, 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's about a 40-yard punt, 45-yard punt by Bungard.
McElroy is 6 for 12 out of 12 for 140 yards.
No. That might be the third quarter stat.
Yeah. Right. All right, it is 1st and 10. North Andover. North Andover went 42 years before Chelmsford played them. They started in 1928. They played regularly, and then there was a 42-year gap before we played them again.
Yeah.
As they switched leagues on the Lions and dropped out of the Merrimack Valley Conference. Now they're back. McElroy looking to pass it and completes it and still on his feet. This is Watson, and he was pummeled by Napoli.
We have a flag right at the tackle. I think it was a block in the back.
Okay, let's see what the penalty is. Coach Dubinsky's interested in the penalty call.
Yep.
It was a completed pass. I don't know how he completed it. And number 73, slow to get up, but now he's on his feet.
Here's a replay.
Yeah. You'll see a block.
Finn's right on him.
There's a block coming up right. Well, you see it right there. Number 2, Watson.
Yeah. Knocked down Vecchione, Mike Beck.
Yeah, no question there.
Excellent catch by Watson. By D'Souza.
Yeah, he did he saw McElroy was in trouble, and he came back from his route back toward McElroy, and that's how it got completed.
So it's a completed pass that's going to go for about 8 yards. The ball is at the 37-yard line. First and about 5.
He has 195 yards.
Inside handoff with speed. Coming through for first down yardage to the 50. Holding on for dear life is Jake Coombs. And that's Darren Watson, the ball carrier.
North Andover just running the inside trap, counter trap.
Yeah.
About 12 yards on the pickup.
Watson is an exceptional back.
Yeah. He may be the most versatile we've seen this year. Although Lowell's quarterback, outstanding. Gentles. Yes.
Here you go, Bruce. I'm gonna correct my stats.
Handoff at Coles.
Nice
Stop by the Lions in the middle.
First initial contact was by Jack Slattery.
Slattery, Finn, and
Sweeney.
McElroy is 8 for 14 for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns. Thank you, Rona. 2nd and 8. Ball at the 48.
Finally, it's evened out.
We may be setting a time record for this football game tonight, though.
Cruising right along, isn't it?
It is. And just as we
Time
say
out?
that,
Yep.
there's a timeout taken.
We
by
jinxed
Chelmsford.
it. We jinxed it.
We did. Everything was rolling nicely. The Lions will go into the Division 1A playoffs starting next Friday night. Where? We don't know. It could be anywhere from Springfield to the Cape to possibly New Jersey, wherever the MIAA deems we should go. The 2 most likely scenarios, though, will be either to Lincoln Sudbury or, dare I say it, down to North Andover for a repeat of this game. Neither one of them will be easy. 8 teams make the playoffs. There are only 11 in the division.
11 or
division
12?
12, maybe 12.
I think there's 12.
1A North. Yeah. So it is pretty likely that Chelmsford will be one of those teams.
Okay.
Over the middle.
Yeah, nice
and
coverage.
Incomplete. Lions had good coverage.
Good coverage. Joe Vec got his hand in there. Nice job over here.
That's Wahib, I believe, Howie.
Wahid had press coverage on D'Souza. D'Souza didn't like the idea that he was getting pressed.
No. And he should have. I mean, we're double covering him.
Right. And he may see it again right here.
Yep. Wahib and D'Souza are matched up one more time. It's 3rd and 8.
And you gotta take him to. You gotta take away his inside. That's it. Good job.
North Andover content to run the ball. It's going to be 4th down, and they are sending on the punting team.
Dave Hamilton on the stop.
Yeah, nice job by Dave.
Ball carrier was Mike Coles.
Dave has had a quiet but good game.
Yes, yes,
you
he
know,
has.
he's doing things that we're not necessarily calling his name for, but he's doing his job.
Punt formation. This is Mike Vec deep.
And we got to watch the fake.
And a timeout.
And he's going to telling the punter he's got to pull down his knee pads.
He has no knee pads.
So that's an equipment problem, and if you kind of get too showy.
They're up a little higher than usual so he can kick, I guess.
McElroy will be on to punt. And he, on the sideline, he being D'Souza, pulls them down. McElroy.
Good kick.
Good kick. Didn't lose much. Fair catch.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice fake by Vecchio.
Yeah, that was good. But the Lions are going to be
on the 5.
blown dead at the 5-yard line.
I
with
guess
a minute 40. Went out of bounds maybe at the 10.
Went out at the 10 and then trickled back in.
So for people at home, in high school football, your pads have to be worn correctly. Yeah, they're actually not supposed to have exposed pads, plastic parts, and if you have to have knee pads and thigh pads. Your knee pads actually have to cover your knees.
Yeah.
And there was an issue with the punter that time.
Handoff Lipoli. Big hole. Straight up the middle. Sal has room. Can he outrun this Watson?
No, he's run out again.
Don't look back.
Huge gain. Stays on his feet.
And
a flag.
A late hit.
They're going to get a late hit on North Andover. Check it out, folks. Here he comes.
Yeah.
Darren D'Souza, rather, is the pursuer. Watch what happens at the end of the play.
Never look back.
He's got I think Sal got a little pull.
I think you're right.
Actually, his groin's been bothering him all game. I was watching him.
Looked like it was a pulled calf is what I thought it was.
And let's see what they do at the end of this play now. I think you're right. I think Sal has labored just a little bit, but boy, what a warrior he is.
Yeah.
He stays on the play field for every play except kickoffs.
Personal foul.
Yeah, they had a personal foul. D'Souza was just pounded on the helmet.
So Chelmsford has the ball now at the 14-yard line. Napoli one more time. He has had, must be over 100 yards now in rushing.
I question Sal as the ball carrier on that play, just because he ran 65 yards.
Right. And he is favoring his leg just a little bit. You can see him.
Yeah, and you have
I think he had his father's speed. What do you think? 132 yards for Sal tonight.
He probably wishes he has Mike's speed, his uncle.
Yes. It is 2nd and 8 for the Lions. Napoli again bangs it down to the 4-yard line. And that's close to a first down. It's going to be 3rd and about 2.
Yeah, it was on the...
Here it is.
About 3 yards. 3rd and 3.
He is just pounding into North Andover's defense. And can't get outside. Stays in his feet and scores.
Yeah,
what
nice
an
job.
Excellent spin move. What a great drive.
There's
totally.
There's one tired kid right there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Wonderful drive.
Yeah.
Wonderful execution by Sal. Here's the replay. Walsh had him. Sal got away. So the Lions are making a game of it. They've cut it to 28-13. Hennessy's trying to make it 14.
I've got to say, that was the longest third quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's longer than the first half.
Yeah, that was longer than the first half. I like it.
Oh, blocked. So, unfortunately, the Lions don't convert. There was big penetration.
Yeah, you had...
Walsh, maybe.
It was number 5, I believe.
We'll take a break and be right back.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Here we go again with the Lions kickoff. Hennessy kicks it deep.
Nice high kick.
And a great kick.
Watson.
This is Watson with the football. The Lions take him down at the 22-yard line, and that will end the third quarter. So we played 3, 28-13, North Andover. Watson on the return, but not very far. Good coverage. The Lions tricked him a little bit, suckered him into that.
Yeah, nice job. Nice job by Coach Kaiser there to see that the Scarlet Knights were pulled up looking for the short kick, and Kevin Hensley was able to deliver and kick it deep.
Terrific halftime show by the Chelmsford High School Marching Band. They're a pleasure to watch. They're a pleasure to listen to. Matt Sexauer, and company are just wonderful additions to every football game. It's always good to have them here. And we have a tired crew working tonight, but you'd never know it. They were at town meeting last night until about 1:30 in the morning and bounced right back and are doing their terrific job.
After a full day of school.
After a full day of work. Tom Peterson, Dan Sylvia, Craig Robinson. Sal went 65 yards on that burst up the middle. All right, 1st and 10, North Andover to start the third quarter. We need a turnover. Get us back in the ball game. McElroy to throw it. Fires it, and it's caught. And that's not the turnover that I'm looking for. And taken down across the 35-yard line.
Yep. Number 9 on that catch, Ryan Slattery, taken down by...
I think that
was Finn.
Wasn't that number 2, Howie?
I
thought that was Watson.
No, it was Slattery.
Let's see if we can see the replay on that. It was number 9?
Yeah, it was 9.
There's the marching band that we were just referring to.
Watson and D'Souza were to us on the field, to the North Andover bench.
So one play, and it's at the 34-yard line of Chelmsford. So much for sitting on the lead, right?
No, they're not going to do that.
McElroy keeps it. Runs outside and is taken down at the 35-yard line. 25-yard line.
24 on the tackle. What yard?
Pickup of 7. 2nd and 3.
This marking it on the 22.
McElroy is a very effective quarterback. He has great receivers, but he puts the ball right in their lap.
That last reception is proof. I mean, there was coverage right there.
Yes. He's not flashy, but boy, is he effective. Puts Watson in motion. Watson with the football. And falls forward to the 20. It's close to a first down.
Just inside the 20.
I'm sorry, that last play was a first down. This is 2nd down and 7 now. I didn't think he had the first down on the last one, but he did. So 2nd and 7.
That's because it's obstructive view.
Yeah, it's once again, we're going to blame it on that.
Old eyes.
At the 19. 2nd and 7. McElroy. Back, flushed. Gets away.
And he'll throw it.
And it gets a good block, and that Lion, I think, is down, and he's going to take this in for the touchdown. 19-yard touchdown, and one of the Lions got leveled on the side.
Yeah, Jack Slattery got leveled right here. Yep.
So it's a 19-yard touchdown run. Here it is. Lions had a chance right here, but escaped.
And there's the block.
There's the block on Jack. And nothing but open field after that. D'Souza to add the 35th point. Kick is
good.
It's 35-13 with 8:40 to play in the football game. We are going to happily go to break.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Mike Veck is returning the kickoff, stays on his feet with a nice hard run to the 27-yard line. A sophomore. Mike will be back to see North Andover, and we've got a flag. Couple more times.
Little extracurricular.
Yep. This has been a very well officiated football game, in my opinion. Let's see what they have here. Coach Dubinsky is on the field and bringing someone off the field.
Yeah, Mike Coles, number 44, was the one that got the personal foul.
And Coach Dubinsky is not happy with him at all. Very displeased.
Yeah.
North Andover is averaging 32 points a football game, and they have 35 tonight. And they're giving up only 14 points a game, and they've given up 13. So they are right on target.
Right on schedule.
It's first and 10. It's at the 43-yard line. Napoli, pretty good hole. Comes up to the 48-yard line. A pickup of 6 or 7. He's going to be close to 200 pretty soon. He's having his, by far, best performance of the season.
Josh's going to sleep really soundly tonight.
Fortunately, the Lions are looking at their second loss in a row here. They ride Lapoli one more time, and he gets close to first down.
About a yard shy.
Going to be third in the yard. Sam Mountain, the tackler.
Unfortunately, 2 games of giving up almost 80 points.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
That's, I know 2 good teams. Tewksbury was good.
Yep.
North Andover is good as well.
The Lions are averaging 23 and giving up 18, but that's going to go up after tonight. Lapoli plows ahead, first down across the 45. So there's 10 more yards, 12 more yards for Sal. They're going to actually put the ball at the 42-yard line. Give it to Veck on the outside. Nothing. Cannot get around the corner, as Rob said, on speed.
Not traditionally. Like you said, you got to do those bubble passes so you get the ball going downhill already at the corner.
Mark Federico, the tackler for North Andover.
Big loss there, 5 yards.
Yeah, 5-yard loss. And, of course, clock is ticking. I think the best you can hope for now is let's not get anybody injured going into next week. This will be a week of soul searching for the Lions. They're going to have to find a way to get themselves mentally ready to play next week. And that won't be an easy task.
No.
Toss outside to Vecchione, and he is met immediately.
Nice closing speed by number 6, Jaden Meneka.
Exactly, and he read that all the way. No gain, 3rd and 6. Another step or two, and he was going to pick that one.
North Andover is subbed in their secondary except for D'Souza.
I think North Andover is going to be a tough out for anybody in the playoffs. I'm not sure how many people have the firepower to stay with them. And it's a completed pass on the outside, and that is a new receiver for the Lions, Eric Lefebvre.
Lefebvre picked up by 5, 6.
So it's going to be 4th and 8 for the Lions. No punt on this one. Coming down to the 5-minute mark. At least Tom, Dan, and Craig, we didn't keep you out till 1:30 in the morning tonight. We'll let you go home a lot earlier.
Right.
Hopefully. We appreciate what you do and how you do it. Hooten, rushed, rolls, looks for a man, fires it, good, completed to McCarthy.
Get out of bounds.
He dances and didn't need to get hit again. Just step out with your injuries.
Get out of bounds, stop the
First
clock.
down. He is hurting, but he is a warrior. Takes the ball to the 24-yard line. It's a completed pass of about 19 yards.
The Warrior going to use his head, too.
Yes.
Be aware of the time.
Right. Outside toss, incomplete. Looking for Lapoli on the outside. 2nd and 10.
You see, I think if you look, if they in the same formation, McCarthy is wide open on a skinny post.
On the backside. Sal's... he must
Lions
have a cramp.
Take a timeout.
Yeah, the Lions took a timeout. Sal got up slow and was flexing his right leg.
Yeah, Rob is not only correct and tired, but I think he has been punished tonight with all his runs and activities.
And they need to hydrate. This is a lot warmer than the normal or the usual October night.
Right.
And, Chelmsford is down probably 30 or 40 players from a roster that normally carries about 110. And I was talking to Coach Kaiser, and, you'd like to play more players. You'd like to have kind of a more two-platoon system. But, your numbers are so shallow, and, you have to play who's going to step up and win games for you on Friday night.
But on the just to be devil's advocate, Rob, North Andover showed up tonight with 42 football players.
True.
And they have been more than efficient. McCarthy, single covered, and a flag.
Jack Slatter
motion.
Twitched.
Yep. Illegal procedure. It's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Lions. I think the officials and the coaches would like to see somehow this game grind to a halt.
What's that penalty? It's probably the sixth or 7th penalty the Lions have had.
In pregame, we talked about the speed of North Andover. We all picked Chelmsford to win this game. I think we knew that it was going to be a real struggle, though, for them to do it. Oh, that one was almost flown out there and pass interference.
I think there was a grab on one hand and
that might be a 35-13 pass interference call.
It could be. Caruso was the intended receiver.
Well, we got a replay, and I think you'll see Caruso get grabbed with one hand as the defender was. See, the left hand is around him.
Yeah, wrapped around him.
Yeah.
That's Walsh out there making that play. He's a junior. He and McElroy will be back next year for North Andover.
It was pass interference.
Slattery, I believe, is also back next year.
Slatter's a senior, and that's a touchdown.
And the Lions have just scored, and it's a touchdown pass to Lefebvre. No, that's Caruso.
Yep.
Caruso, his third touchdown of the season.
Good for Peter. He put a nice move on the defender and blew by him. Nice little stop and go or hitch and go.
Maybe we'll see that one in just a moment. The Lions are attempting to add an extra point by Kevin Hennessy.
They blocked it from the near sideline last time.
He gets some elevation in this one. No blocking that one.
Nope.
Hennessy converts. And the Lions have 20. 35-20. North Andover with 4 minutes straight up to go. We are going to take one of those famous breaks. We'll be back.
El mensaje de texto típico te distrae del camino por casi 5 segundos. Evita textear, evita chocar. Aprende más en evitatextearevitachocar.org.
Hennessy squibs it, trying the onside kick. North Andover covers it nicely, and they will get the ball at about the 50-yard line. That was number 56 pulling that in. That's Bill Reed, Jr. And I know the Lions were gambling to get the football. They really, of course, need it. Probably didn't make any difference whether you onside it or deep kicked it at this point, anyway. You got to have 2 turnovers here. To the Chelmsford credit, they did not quit in this football game. That was a 20-yard scoring pass from Matt Hooton to Peter Caruso, his 3rd touchdown of the season.
Palermo out here in press coverage on D'Souza.
It's a handoff to Watson, and he gets literally nothing, loses a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 11. North Andover now is really trying to shorten the game just a little bit.
The Lions have 1 timeout left.
Only 1.
He just ran it. Okay, and he didn't get anywhere? No. Did you see a tag?
To the line of scrimmage come the Scarlet Knights. Inside handoff to Watson, and the Lions are right there waiting for him.
Dave Hamilton on the tackle.
Nice job. It's going to be 3rd down, and
Chelmsford
took their last time out. It's going to be 3rd and 10. All right, guys, we need to stop them here, return the kick, onside kick. That's how we win.
I want to see them intercept for a touchdown. That's my call. And then the onside kick.
I would not. I love your plan, but I don't think they're going to throw it. Why would they want to?
True.
Just take another 25, 30 seconds off the clock and then punt it. And I'm sure they don't fear the Lions' quick scoring ability. Chelmsford has battled hard in this game.
It's just too many mistakes.
Yeah,
absolutely. You're not putting together consistent drives. Talent-wise, I mean, you see promises where they can run with the team, and then a couple of the penalties and shouldn't have happened, or you drop a ball.
Ronna, can we get Sal's numbers and also Matt Hooton's numbers if you have them?
Sal has 22 carries, 157 yards.
22 carries, 157 yards, and Matt Hooton will have it in a minute. Watson reverses field, gets into the open, gets the 1st down. What a weapon.
Yeah, nice tackle by Jake Coombs there in the open field. Watson gave him a little head fake, and Jake stayed with him, made a nice sound tackle.
He has 108 yards, 11 completions out of 20.
11 for 20, 108 yards, and a touchdown pass. And the clock is moving. North Andover will, I'm sure, not be wanting to put the ball in the air. That was a huge 1st down run by Watson.
Yeah.
Has it again. And he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage this time.
Joe Vec.
Joe Vecchione, linebacker, takes him down. Yeah. A loss of, nothing. No gain right at the line of scrimmage. Coming down to the 2-minute warning. North Andover needs one first down. They can run this game out. They might not even need that because they're going to stay in the huddle as long as they possibly can. Chelmsford can't stop the clock. Watson in motion. Pitch it to him. Gets inside. Up, turns up the field. Stays on his feet, and he is close to the goal line.
Like about the 5?
It's just about the 5, I would say. Here is our replay of Mr. Watson. Christian couldn't quite take him down. Runs away from Mike. And inside the 10 to just about the 7.
Jake Coombs, another open field tackle.
Yep.
How about Mr. Watson runner? Dr. Watson, what's his yardage running?
85.
How much?
85.
8.5. And his receiving yards
How many
substantial.
touches? How many touches for the 85 yards?
48 receiving yards.
48.
14 carries.
We're going to take a knee right
carries.
there, Bruce.
Yeah, they're going to just run the clock out now.
Yep.
The game is going to end at a score of 35-20. They'll have to take a couple of knees here and end this football game. And I pat on the back to Coach Dubinsky for doing that. He didn't have to, but he did. He's at the 5, and he could have, or maybe the 10, could have knocked another one in there close.
Yep. They may even take a penalty here.
Yeah.
I always thought there should be a provision
to say that's it. Yeah.
So, you know, how you can see the hole in golf.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point, Rob. That's well taken. Nobody wants to see this. There's no point to it.
Plus, you know, a kid loses 2 yards every time he knees the ball down.
Exactly.
Because you score it as a run. And
it counts as a carry.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's behind the line of scrimmage.
Right. They're not going to make him do it again, though. They're going to try to let this thing end right now. It's at 30 and counting. So we wish we could tell you where and when for next week. We cannot. I think Sunday we will know.
Yeah.
Check the papers.
Check your local papers.
You can actually, you can go online if you can Google.
Right, MIAA.org.
Or no, actually, I think the Herald keeps good. Doesn't the Herald keep good track of it? I think go to Ventura and the Herald.
Yep, he does. It ends at 35-20. The Lions on the short end. North Andover, congratulations. A very well-played football game. They have excellent athletes. They had stars tonight.
Yes, they did. Absolutely.
That makes all the difference in the world.
McElroy, D'Souza, and Watson.
Yes.
And Ryan Slattery.
Throw in Slattery, too.
Yep.
They had some stars.
Yep.
Valiant effort by Sal Lapoli tonight. He was a real warrior. For Tom, for Sal, for Danny, for Rob, Howie, Ronna, Dave. Thanks, folks. We'll see you next week, we hope.